The Gering City Council unanimously voted on a resolution naming their next city administrator. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the Gering City Council voted 7-0 Monday night on a resolution naming Pat Heath as the next city administrator. Heath, the current Public Works Director, says he was anxious to be selected and is anxious to get started.
I think that I have a good feel of how the city operates. We have a great administrative staff to work with, and that made the decision to even apply for this position much easier. And I'm looking forward to working with the mayor and the council and see what we can do with the into the future of the city of Gering.
Mayor Tony Kaufman says it was Heath's 39 years of experience that put him at the top of the list among those who applied and interviewed.
You'd probably ask 9 different people the same question. We'd all have a little bit different answer, but reality is he had the experience, and we were really looking for someone who could come in and really have a seamless transition into our existing culture.
Following contract negotiations anticipated to last approximately a month, the current City Public Works Director will start stepping into the role currently held by Lane Danielczak, who is staying until the end of the year to help make a smooth transition. Well, new jobs are coming back to Sidney following an announcement from a major player in the RV industry. Camping World CEO Marcus Lemonis announced that they are expanding into Nebraska with locations in both Sidney and Lincoln. The Sidney location will host Camping World, Good Sam Roadside Assistance, Gander Outdoors, and Overton's. He also says he's going to open a third-party logistics company aimed at helping small businesses inside the old Cabela's distribution center buildings.
But I believe that Sidney, Nebraska is a great center point in the on the U.S. map to allow small businesses who have e-commerce businesses to have a 3PL here in Sidney, Nebraska. Great labor, great know-how, great location, and it allows you to tackle the west coast of the United States with a very low cost of operating and a low cost of distribution. So 2 great projects that we're launching here in Sidney, Nebraska. Couldn't be prouder. And for those of you that are Nebraska residents, we are overwhelmed by your hospitality and your welcoming our company.
Camping World is one of the nation's largest RV retailers with more than 225 locations coast to coast. The Sidney operation is expected to create several hundred jobs and is expected to open sometime within the next 12 to 18 months. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer will be in with your Tuesday evening forecast. We'll have that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Local lending. We're here for you from start to finish. Keeping money in our economy, supporting local jobs, giving back to our community, investing in entrepreneurship, making our quiet towns a destination. At Platte Valley Bank, we support local because we are local.
Take your career to the next level with Chadron State College's online Master of Business Administration program, taught by experienced professors who care about your success. The accredited, fully online MBA program is backed by CSC's more than 100 years of education leadership. Flexible 8-week courses let you work at your own pace wherever you are, and CSC's experienced professors are committed to your success. Chadron State College, real people, real results. Join us today at csc.edu.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Partly cloudy skies across the region. Can't rule out a storm early. Then storm chances should go down tonight in the overnight hours, but that's really about it. So hot weather is going to continue. We warmed up today. Only isolated storms are expected. Near 100-degree temps coming up for a couple of days. Really a pretty nice stretch of weather, though, all things considered. Hit 87 yesterday. That's about normal. So that tells you how warm it's been when that 87, it's like, oh man, it feels nice and cool out here. It's normal for this time of year. Not normal again in the rainfall department. We're now a ½ an inch short for the month and right at basically 4.5 inches short for the year. That's leading to some issues. We have this pink shaded area here. Those are red flag warnings that are out until tomorrow. They go till night, till 8 o'clock, but they're in effect for tomorrow too for many of the same areas, and that's where this lighter fire weather watch is. This is some air quality advisories there in Colorado, but concerned mostly about the fire weather concerns here across the region. And we have temps that are in the low 90s. We had some scattered storms here across the region. We've had a few of them. You can see where some of the cooler temps are settling in around those showers and storms and some of the gustier winds as well. That shower activity is going to push off to the east and away from us. Severe weather threat is slight tonight in the eastern portions of the Panhandle, kind of where those storms are getting to right now. Could see some slight risk of severe weather activity. That pushes south and east tomorrow. Really, our chances of thunderstorms go down considerably. We're only going to be at about a 10 to 20% chance. So any of those leftover showers and storms will push to the east out of the area by the early evening hours, and then we're done with showers and storms for tonight. We clear off. Lows are going to fall down into primarily the 60s, upper 50s and low 60s anyway across the area. So a touch cooler tonight than where we were this morning. But we're going to warm right back up tomorrow. In fact, be right where we were today, if not a little hotter tomorrow. And a late day shower or storm, very isolated chance of those across the region tomorrow. Better chances off to our east again. It's going to sound like a broken record as we continue this trend of hot temperatures, dry conditions, and pushing a little farther to the east. Look at Chadron tomorrow, baking up to 104 degrees. We'll be approaching 100 here in many of our areas. And shower activity going to be confined to the sandhills primarily, and more of the widespread action. So hopefully some of those areas picking up some more rain. We could certainly use it in most of the region. A stray shower or storm, that's it. 57 for a low. Tomorrow, same situation, mostly sunny and hot. A stray late day thunderstorm or two, that's about it. Winds about 10 to 15, highs approaching triple digits tomorrow and again on Thursday. Only slightly cooler Friday and Saturday. We're still talking mid and upper 90s, and then the low 90s for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, as we remain pretty warm to hot here across the region.
Hey Scottsbluff, everyone's favorite mascot is here with some tips to help your child wear a mask. Tip number 1, let them pick it out. Let kids choose the color or fabric for their mask so they can show their personal style. Tip number 2, wear it properly. Teach your child to put their mask on correctly, making sure it covers the nose, mouth, and chin. Tip number 3, practice makes perfect. Start wearing the mask at home for short periods of time to help your child adjust to it. Wear it during fun activities and gradually work up to longer amounts of time. Tip number 4, use play. You can use household items to make a play mask for a favorite stuffed toy or doll. Encourage kids to play dress up as a doctor, nurse, or veterinarian while wearing a mask. And tip number 5, be a mask role model. Wear a mask yourself and explain how it keeps both you and others safe. Remember, wearing a mask along with good hand hygiene and social distancing will help decrease the spread of COVID-19 in our community. Green is the goal, so let's get there together. Mask up, Bearcats!
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
At TC & More in Scottsbluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & More has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TCN More on Facebook. TCN More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Welcome back. Unified Command announcing 12 new COVID-19 cases in the Panhandle and 5 new recoveries during their Monday evening update. The new cases include 5 in Scottsbluff County, 3 in Morrill County, and 2 each in Box Butte and Sheridan counties. All 5 recoveries were Scottsbluff County cases. Through Monday evening, the Panhandle has seen 463 positive cases, 6 deaths, 410 recoveries, leaving 47 active cases. Those include 33 in Scottsbluff County, 4 in Morrill County, 3 in Box Butte and Sheridan counties, and 1 each in Dawes and Dual counties. Well, Nebraska public and private colleges are all forging ahead with plans to resume in-person classes this month, but will take new steps to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Representatives for Nebraska's 3 state colleges and 13 private colleges say students will see socially distanced classrooms, less strict attendance policies, and mask mandates on campuses throughout the state. Colleges are also planning on-campus temperature screenings. The state college systems include the publicly funded Chadron, Peru, and Wayne State colleges. The University of Nebraska, which is separate from the state colleges, outlined similar plans for its fall classes last month. And a former Sidney resident has been sentenced in U.S. District Court for his role in the disposal of hazardous waste without a permit. 44-year-old Edward Miller was sentenced to 33 months imprisonment and 3 years of supervised release following an investigation conducted by the EPA Criminal Investigation Division. They determined that he had loaded a truck and flatbed trailer with various chemicals back in 2017, including pesticides, from a warehouse in Sidney. Later that day, he drove the hazardous wastes across Nebraska and disposed them at 3 undeveloped sites in Hamilton County. Well, coming up after the break, Chabella Guzman will be in with a check-in on Ag News. She'll have that right after the break here on KNEB.TV News.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Ah, just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leith Heads.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Wheat harvest is pretty much done in Nebraska, and in Cheyenne and Dual counties, the harvest was somewhat slow. Leon Creasel of Creasel Certified Seeds in Gurley says the harvest wasn't a total disappointment, but most believe it should have been better. Creasel says there were many factors which affected the final outcome.
We were actually dry last fall, and it really didn't show much, but it showed up later, and we were dry this spring early. Right here, we are at about 10 inches of moisture for the year, so that shows that we were very dry. Yields were down anywhere probably from 20% less to 60% less, and that was the dryness and also sawfly infestation. Prior to harvest, we had 5 days of very strong winds, and that put a lot of that sawfly damage on the ground.
Farmers cut low or swathed the wheat to try to salvage it. Creasel says the yield average was around 30 to 35 bushel. Creasel says this is dry country, and the dry conditions are not new to many growers.
People should look at if they till, to try to get that packed back as quick as they can in as the least number of operations as they can. so that there's actually a capillary action in the soil that when it's packed, the moisture starts coming back up to the surface, and that will help them there. Keep your seeding rate like you're used to, and don't try to plant too deep to go to that moisture. A lot of the newer weeds cannot be planted very deep and still reach the surface after they germinate. So it might be just be patient, be a waiting game to see how it's going to work.
The USDA reports for the week ending August 9th, 90% of the wheat has been harvested, and there are some delays in the Northwest due to a late maturing crop.
Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can focus on what matters most. Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can earn more, save more, and do more.
As our world has changed, the way we stay connected looks different than before. Even though our communities and classrooms face new challenges and uncertainties, Viera Wireless is here to help your kids keep learning, in the classroom or at home. For less than 35 cents a day, our Student Unlimited plan has nationwide talk, text, and data, hotspot internet, and a free smartphone with no credit approval required. Learn more at viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viera Wireless, keeping you connected.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Why are Bearcats masking up this year?
At Platte Valley Bank, we want you to plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. With our personalized trust and estate planning services, our trust services can help you do just that. When it comes to estate planning, you should seek professional help. And when you do, you should have confidence in the financial institution you choose to handle your trust. At Platte Valley Bank, we pride ourselves in keeping our trust operations local and serving our friends and neighbors. We offer a highly personalized, full line of personal trust and estate planning. Give us a call today and see how our trust services can help you.
And finally tonight, after months of planning and hopeful anticipation that current health directives would have been lowered, Organizers of Gering's annual Oregon Trail Days celebration have made the decision to cancel this year's parade. Committee Chair Tracy Bentley told KNEB News they have remained in contact with public health officials, and with the current DHM remaining in Phase 3, parades are just not allowed.
We're disappointed, and like I said, we've been planning this for months, and it was easier for us to cancel it as opposed to if they opened that up and then planning it in 2 weeks. So after my conversation today with HHS, that we are not going to be able to have a parade.
Bentley says everything else for Oregon Trail Days, including the craft fair, horseshoes, car show Friday night, and art show Friday and Saturday, and the hill climb on Saturday, are still a go. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. I'll see you here next time.